Hi, this is Toby again, and today I'm going to share projects that I'm currently working on. If you have been to a maker fair recently, you may notice that between makers, they sometimes exchange some kind of souvenirs. For some makers who are usually in the electronic fields, they exchange business card print on PCB. So I came up with an interesting PCB ideas, which is a 4-key macropad. Let's talk about the technical perspective of this project. Most of the macrokey keyboards out there make use of the ATmega32U4 as its controller. It is because it has a great variety of open source firmware and related community to support it. As this chip is made by Atmel, even when you buy it in bulk, it still costs some money. That is why in this project, I'm using another chip called CH552G. This chip with limited Arduino support is really low cost at around 3 to 4 Hong Kong dollars each, and it is in the SOP package, which means it can be easily solderable without complex SMT soldering tools. Additionally, this chip do not require an additional serial converter chip to program it, as it has built-in USB HID device support. That means I can even save the cost of the USB to serial adapter chip when I'm using this as my main MCU. Let's talk about the PCB. The PCB in this project is sponsored by PCBWay. They provide great variety of colors for their PCB with really fast delivery surfaces. In this project, I choose to use the black glossy PCB as it looks good on camera as well as in real life. I ordered it in 1mm thickness to give it some springiness for a really nice tactile feedback. When I'm designing the PCBs, I noticed that there are few pins unused on the MCU, so I decided to add more LEDs on the back. These LEDs are optionals and will not affect the macrokey keyboard operations. As I have already added the LED on the back, I need to make the light shine through the case. That is why I also asked PCBWay to sponsor me this transparent 3D print case. The whole build, including the PCB, mechanical switch, and keycaps, cost amazingly less than 24 Hong Kong dollars, which is equivalent to around $3 US. Lastly, let's talk about the software and the programming part. If you are using open source software, there are a lot of choice where you can program your mechanical keyboard with different kind of GUI and tools. However, as no one has ever used CH552G as their mechanical keyboard controller before, I have to write it myself. That is why I created a website that allows online generation of Arduino code which is compatible with this macrokey keyboard. You can program your mechanical keyboard hotkey using the link provided in the description below. After you are done programming, you can download the Arduino project files as a zip file and open it with your Arduino IDE. Hold the button on the PCB and insert the keypad into your computer via the USB port. Next, you can upload your generated sketch into your keypad and your new key setup is done. Although this might be a little bit complex compared to an open source mechanical keypad or macro keypad solution, I don't think I will frequently change the code sequence on my keypad anyway. So requiring some programming during a key function change is still acceptable in my case. That is all for today. If you have interest on this project, feel free to take a look at my GitHub page for the source code and the code generator webpage. See you in the next video.